So 1/2 mv initial squared. And then, right, I know it's inconsequential. I want the lowercase I there. Plus mghi equals the same thing except final. All right. So that is what the starting point. I think that's equation 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If we assume that, well, we're looking for a change in height, so I want to get mgh over to the right-hand side, and I'm going to get the vf over to the left-hand side. So I'm going to subtract mgh from both sides, and then subtract the v final. When it is first shot up in the air, it's being shot at some initial speed at some angle, and it's irrelevant because all we care about is the initial speed. At the peak, there is no vertical velocity. It's all horizontal. So therefore, my final speed at the peak is going to be whatever my initial speed was times the cosine of the angle. And so this equation becomes this vf squared is now vi cosine of theta. So all I've done is at the peak, the velocity is all horizontal, and the horizontal component does not change. So I'm going to square what's inside the parentheses there. So let's go ahead and stick that intermediate step in. That. So that's vi squared and cosine squared theta. So now I have a 1/2 mvi squared common to both terms on the left-hand side. So I'm going to factor that out. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to factor mg out. We have on the left-hand side, that's 1 minus cosine squared theta. That's the same as sine squared theta. And on the right-hand side, h final minus h initial is change in height. All right, so that is the relationship between delta h and sine squared theta. Since you're going to be plotting delta h versus sine squared theta, I want to rearrange this so that it's in that format. So I want delta h equals, just like I'm basically shooting for y equals mx plus b format. So my vertical, or delta h here, I want to solve for that. So to solve for delta h, I'm going to divide by m, so the m's cancel out, and then I get the g. So I end up with, or I can write that as this is slope intercept form now. So delta h is my y value, sine squared theta is my x value, and so therefore my slope, it's that coefficient of the x. So the slope is vi squared over 2g, and the intercept is 0.